I am the Chief Operating Officer for the Borges Medical Group. I'm responsible for all the clinical practice across the organization for both inpatient and outpatient physician care to our patients. So I have all the medical practices as well as our responsibility for our inpatient services, our critical care services, and all of our ERs. Well, Centev has become our partner in our population health journey. That relationship has developed over time and continues to expand. It's a very trusting relationship. The beauty of that is when there are issues in the system, we're able to resolve those. On the other hand, when there's things that we want to develop that go a bit beyond the system, they're open to developing those with us as well. So as we've grown in our journey, such as implementing a case management program, they were right there to say, well, let's develop what you need for that case management program to meet those needs. I think that ability and willingness to flex with us has been one of the best parts of that relationship. Population health has changed everything. We historically in healthcare have been very focused on the moment and providing the best care to the patient at the moment who's in front of us. So when you come in for care, we want to provide you the best care possible, and we've done a really great job of that for many years. Population health has pushed us to say it's not just about the patient in front of you, but it's about that patient who hasn't been in front of you, but you know is your patient. One example would be hemoglobin A1C is greater than 9. Traditionally, when you hear that a diabetic's hemoglobin A1C is out of control, the first response initially is, okay, what do we need to do to change their diet, to change their exercise? How do we engage them and get them involved in their care? We were able to take the system and really analyze the data before we started down that path. And what we found in analyzing the data was that from a population health perspective, patients who haven't been checked in more than a year are considered uncontrolled. Well, that's a very different path you need to go down to engage those patients than someone whose hemoglobin A1C is truly 10. And when we divided it up into those two populations, what we found was that we had a large population who hadn't been in more than a year, and what we needed to do was outreach to them and get them in. And when we did that, we were able to, in 3 months, reduce our hemoglobin A1Cs out of control from 30%, which is very high compared to the national benchmarks, down to the HEDIS benchmark of 18% within 3 months. So now we're starting down a path of getting to national best practice. We're not good enough for benchmark. We want to be the best practice, but it really helped to drive where do we need to spend our resources and what are the actions we need to do. From Ascension Health, which is our parent organization that we are very proud to be a part of as Borges Health, one of the things we do across our ministries through our Ascension Medical Group is that we have common metrics that we report to the medical group so that we're able to measure quality across the country and not just across our ministry. When we started measuring this data 2 years ago, there were 13 metrics that were put out, and the challenge was for everyone to start reporting. And I was very proud that when they asked for that data, it was like, oh, that's no problem. When do you want me to start reporting them, and what format do you want them in? I have many colleagues who are, oh, I need to figure out how I'm going to collect this, and will you accept an audit of a paper chart? And we never had to go down that path. It was, oh, well, give me the specs on that, and we can build that report. And from day one, we've had great success at reporting that. We've not had any issues.